So the things we're going to need is an insulated wire, a solid core wire. So that is a wire that doesn't have the strands on the inside. And this one is insulated with a rubber type coating, and you need a 14 gauge will work as well, but a 12 gauge wire. You have to strip that off, so you would need a set of wire strippers. You also need some 22 gauge enamel coated wire. This one we bought on a spool, so you can go a long way with it, but a lot of times you'll find that enamel coated wire in stereo wires or other things, but it's better to buy the ones on the spool because it's not been used and nothing's been done to, so you don't want to really strip it out of anything. And this is what they call enamel coated wire. I like to use the red because it's easier to see. You can get other colors, but 22 or 24 gauge, don't want to really go any smaller or larger with that, with this size wire. This one can be a 12 or a 14. You also need a battery. I use a D-cell battery. It's 1.5 volts, and that 1.5 volts is all you really need. This one is actually hot glued to a piece of foam board. That's just to make it where it doesn't roll. It's hard to use a battery holder for this part because it gets in the way of putting your post on. You'll need some electrical tape. We use electrical tape because it can allow it to conduct without burning or melting. You don't really want to use masking tape, which is a paper tape, because that can actually catch on fire, or it might melt if you used a plastic type tape like shipping tape. So we want to use electrical tape, and it is UL rated, which means it's safe to use in electrical situations. You'll need a small magnet. You can use a bar magnet. This is a ceramic disc magnet. It's not a craft magnet. Make sure you don't use the craft magnets, but you want to use a ceramic disc magnet. It's fine. The craft magnets aren't strong enough. This size, which I purchased at Lowe's, you can purchase them on the internet as well, but don't get any smaller than that. The bigger the magnet, the faster sometimes it will go. So if you have a bar magnet, that's fine. Just make sure you don't store it on your battery because it will drain your battery. And you'll need something to wrap it with. I like to use a marker. This is a dry erase marker. You can use a permanent marker, whatever kind of marker. About this size is all you need. And some scissors, and again, wire cutters and strippers, and then a small piece of sandpaper. That's pretty much all you need to make this work.